So when I was a child, obviously there's lots of farmers in our family, and obviously I wanted to be a farmer.
When I was really young, I wanted to join the army or be in the police.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
And then when I was kind of early teens, I was just like, I want to play rugby.
I wanted to be a Formula 1 driver or a footballer. Probably didn't have the right build for it.
I wanted to be a pilot when I was really young. I just found it really interesting. I always used to get magazines of airplanes that had models and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've just grown an interest in sort of how the stock market works, and I've started doing some exams outside of rugby just to get my sort of base level on what I'm doing in the future, really.
With the finance stuff, what prompted you to get involved in that?
So my dad just started sort of investing in certain stocks and stuff like that, and it just made me interested in sort of reading up on things and where I can go with it in the future.
Set up my own business a few years ago, had no idea about the business world, and you learn so much throughout doing it. You have like all hands on deck, so you wear like 10 hats. You're 1 week a website developer in the back end of a website, and the next week you're packaging and doing logistics. So you learn a lot along the way, but love that. That's my master sports recovery company, and then probably my final passion is, yeah, just slip that in.
Yeah.
My master sports recovery.
I quite like to launch another business which I've planned over the last couple of weeks. It's actually a wedding venue, which is very much in the infancy of its development, but because we've already got a career already and we do get quite a lot of extra time, I've got a lot of time to build it, so I'm actually feeling very positive about that.
So yeah, I think I would like to go into the finance world. I think financial advising, that's why I sort of started doing these exams, and as much as I can do now, it will be worth it in the future.
I'm about to start a degree and to focus on that, and probably wealth management. So I've already done work experience in my first year for it before COVID, and yeah, I think that's probably what I want to go into, but that might change.
Yeah, I think our environment is quite good, that especially as you get older, people are getting into different things. There's quite a lot of lads that have experiences in different areas and they're good at giving advice.
Probably my dad. He's been, even though he played rugby, he didn't turn professional until '95, which is towards the latter end of his career, and so he's been working his whole life in property, and he's had investments for a long time. So I think to have him in my corner, not only for the rugby side, but for that future planning side, is really valuable.
I think for me, I think I could be getting out into the real world a bit more, sort of work experience, you know, going into firms and trying to just see what actually the real world is like, because I think it would be very different to sort of what we do.
Because I'm quite bad in front of crowds, I don't really like speeches in front of other people, but I think I should try and work on that, because a lot of contacts you make are at dinners and like willing to do those types of Q&As in front of big crowds or speeches.
It would be really cool for me to maybe link up with a farm on this side and maybe see how they do things.
What that opened my eyes to was you're one tackle away of not doing this anymore. I've got a lot of friends who have finished from a bad tackle and have no idea what they want to do when they finish, and it's obviously a very scary place to be. I'm happy where I am now. I've done lots of sort of prep to be ready, so I feel pretty comfortable in myself at the moment.
Being at a club like Harlequins in London and making the friends you make in the team who are business savvy like yourself, and then networking, all the opportunities we get, I think we're actually very secure financially post-rugby, unless you don't take advantage of the stuff that's basically there for you.
I was lucky and unlucky a couple of years ago that my contract finished and I didn't have a job for 2 months. So what I realised when that happened was you still have your mortgages, you still have all your bills going out. So that opened my eyes to obviously that transition of going from an okay wage to nothing for a period. Now I've got 3 jobs, I'm very time poor, do a lot, and I actually think it makes me a better rugby player over the last 6-7 years, because I hone in when I'm at rugby, I am rugby, and when I'm outside, my mind's off rugby because I'm doing something else, and when I'm coaching, my mind's off the business because I'm coaching, and it actually is exciting, it's engaging for me, and it means that when I'm at rugby, I really enjoy being at rugby and I really get the most out of it, which I think if I'd have said that to a younger me, I would have ticked off the coaching courses earlier, I would have done all the bits earlier in my career rather than wait later, but that's probably the advice I would have given.